What if your skin hardened like stone, or your body was slowly taken over by painful tumors? For a few unfortunate people around the globe, this is their everyday reality. These are 10 people who suffer from the most unique and rare diseases in the world. Conditions so mysterious and shocking, even doctors are left without answers. Prepare to be amazed, heartbroken, and inspired all at once. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell. So let's get started. Meet Levi Christocch, born in February 2006 in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Little Levi Christocch lives with an extraordinarily rare genetic bone disorder known as Janssen's metaphyseal chondrodysplasia, JMC, a degenerative form of dwarfism affecting fewer than 30 people worldwide, with as few as 5 confirmed cases in the United States. This condition causes severely malformed and painful bones, along with slow growth and chronic complications. Diagnosed at a very young age after several misdiagnoses, Levi experiences additional health challenges including chronic kidney disease, stage 1, hypocalcemia, optic nerve atrophy, and multiple reconstructive surgeries. His head, ankles, eardrums, and adenoids among those requiring correction. Despite the bleak prognosis early on, doctors warning he might never walk, Levi is today remarkably mobile and bright-spirited. Through ongoing care at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago, he received tailored treatments that have allowed him to walk and engage physically beyond what most with JMC experience. Because specialized care was so far from his home, his family faced financial hardship. Thankfully, Miracle Flights helped cover at least 15 medical flights, and counting, making it possible for Levi's treatments to continue out of state. Levi has also embraced advocacy and creativity. He's participated in rare disease awareness campaigns, including fundraising walkathons, and even had his photograph recognized in the 2019 Rare Artist Contest, showcasing his resilience beyond the diagnosis. Next, we have Colby Vanvoris. Born in Georgetown, New York, Colby Vanvoris entered the world with an extremely rare genetic condition called thrombocytopenia absent radius, TR syndrome, a disorder so uncommon it affects fewer than 1 in 100,000 births. Due to TAR, Colby was born without arm bones or knee joints, and his hands attached directly to his torso near his shoulder blades. Despite these physical challenges, Colby learned to live independently, feeding, dressing, bathing himself, and even climbing stairs using his own adaptive techniques. He stands at 4 feet 1 in tall, and has embraced humor and positivity to navigate life with grace. Colby adopted the TikTok persona of Armless Freak, using comedy and candid self-talk to build one of the most surprising followings online, over 80,000 followers and 15 million video views. He has said openly, "I make jokes about myself. Videos are my way of making people feel comfortable being around me." Far from letting his condition define him, Colby uses his platform to break barriers, foster confidence in others with physical differences, and invite viewers to look beyond appearances into inspiration rooted in courage and authenticity. 9-year-old Rajaswari lives in a small tribal village in Chhattisgarh, India, where she suffers from a condition so rare it's left doctors puzzled for years. Her body is covered in thick, stone-like blisters that have hardened her skin and made even the simplest movements painful. Walking, sitting, even lying down is a daily challenge. The condition began to show just after birth, and as she grew older, the symptoms only became more severe. Doctors believe Rajaswari may be suffering from a rare genetic disorder known as epidermolytic ichthyosis, a type of congenital skin disease that causes extreme scaling and blistering. In some areas, her skin resembles cracked rock, drawing painful stares and curiosity from others in her village. The disease not only affects her physically, it also isolates her socially. Many in her area see her condition as a curse, making life even more difficult for her and her family. Rajaswari requires daily care, from applying special creams to preventing infections and treating wounds. Unfortunately, advanced treatment is not available in her remote village, and her family cannot afford to travel long distances for proper care. Despite the pain and the isolation, Rajaswari remains resilient. Her story has drawn attention across India and around the world, highlighting the urgent need for awareness and support for children suffering from rare and neglected conditions like hers. Tan Tian Eng, a 59-year-old man from Indonesia, has spent over 5 decades living with a condition that visibly marks his body, but not his spirit. When Tan was just 5 years old, he fell while playing football and hit his face. What seemed like a harmless accident led to a small lump near his eye, an early sign of the tumors that would eventually cover most of his body. At the time, doctors recommended immediate surgery, but fearing further complications, his parents declined. As the years passed, the growths spread slowly but persistently, forming visible tumors across his face, torso, and limbs. Tan has lived his entire life in the same rural village where he grew up. While his condition has drawn fear, stares, and even prejudice from some neighbors, Tan has continued to live with quiet dignity. His family, especially his younger brother Salim, have been his biggest supporters. In an interview, Salim said, "I am proud of my brother. Others are ashamed of him, but he is not inferior. He is normal." Despite the emotional and physical burdens, Tan has tried to lead as normal a life as possible. With limited access to specialized treatment, Tan's journey is one of endurance, humility, and the deep power of unconditional family love. His story, featured by Truly, serves as a moving reminder that courage often wears a quiet face, and sometimes lives in the most unexpected places. Kowana Dandara Tavares de Melo is a Brazilian woman diagnosed with Barber-Say syndrome, an exceptionally rare congenital ectodermal dysplasia. This disorder is so uncommon that fewer than 20 cases have ever been reported in medical history, and she is one of the first identified in Brazil. Born with visual impairment that gradually improved, Kowana developed hallmark features of the syndrome: generalized hypertrichosis, excessive hair growth; macrostomia, abnormally large mouth; ectropion, outward-turning eyelids; facial disproportion; and atrophic, thinned skin. She exhibits dysmorphic facial features, including a broad nasal bridge, sparse or missing eyebrows, and unusual ear shapes, characteristics that reflect the disorder's complexity. Despite early prejudice, from strangers' stares to hurtful commentary, Kowana embraced her identity and used her condition as a platform for change. As a 23-year-old nurse and influencer, she began sharing her experiences on TikTok and in podcasts, educating thousands and fostering greater understanding around rare diseases. Barber-Say syndrome has no cure. Treatment is largely symptomatic, focused on surgical and dermatological corrections aligned with patient preferences, alongside vision and skincare follow-up. Kowana's cognitive development is reportedly normal, illustrating that while her physical appearance is dramatically unique, her mind and spirit remain unaffected. Kowana's story is a modern testament to the power of self-acceptance and resilience. Despite living with a syndrome that most doctors encounter only in textbooks, she continues to break barriers, inspire others, and bring visibility to one of the rarest genetic conditions on Earth. Dedi Kozwara was an Indonesian carpenter who gained international attention for his battle with epidermodysplasia verruciformis, EV, a rare genetic disorder that causes the skin to develop wart-like growths resembling tree bark. His condition began at age 10 after a minor knee injury led to the appearance of warts, which gradually spread across his body, including his hands, feet, and face. Over time, these growths became so extensive that they severely impaired his mobility and daily functioning. Despite the challenges, Dedi's story highlighted the resilience of the human spirit. His condition was caused by a mutation that made his immune system less effective at combating certain strains of the human papillomavirus, HPV, leading to the uncontrolled growths. While there is no cure for EV, treatments such as cryotherapy, topical creams, and surgical removal of the growths have been attempted, with varying degrees of success. Dedi's case brought global awareness to EV and the importance of medical research in understanding rare diseases. Through his journey, he became a symbol of courage and perseverance, inspiring many to face their own challenges with strength and hope. Meet Owen and Giovani, two boys from different parts of the world, united by one of the rarest conditions known to science, Schwartz-Jampel syndrome. This ultra-rare genetic disorder causes constant muscle stiffness and distinctive facial features. But more than the challenges, it gave birth to an inspiring bond that touched millions. Owen lives in the UK and Giovanni is from the United States. For years, both faced the world feeling isolated, bullied, stared at, and misunderstood. That changed when they met for the first time on the emotional TLC series 2 in a Million. The episode, titled Boys of Steel, follows their journey of connection, courage, and understanding. Despite struggling with muscle tightness and painful joint issues every day, both boys are full of humor, resilience, and hope. Their meeting was emotional. They laughed, compared their unique experiences, and even visited doctors together. For the first time, they realized they weren't alone. Schwartz-Jampel syndrome may affect the body, but it never defined their spirit. Owen and Giovani showed the world that rare doesn't mean weak. It means brave. And together, they proved that friendship can be the strongest medicine of all. This is Raiden Gallardo, a 3-year-old boy born with Pfeiffer syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that affects the shape of the skull, face, and limbs. For Raiden, it meant undergoing multiple life-saving surgeries just days after birth to prevent his skull from closing too early and to allow his brain to grow. From the start, life has been a fight. Raiden spent nearly 7 months in the hospital after he was born. He's unable to crawl, he's deaf, and he breathes through a track tube. His mother, Natasha, had to leave everything behind, moving from Cheyenne to Denver, just so Raiden could receive the complex care he needs. But out of struggle came strength and support. In their hometown, a 6-year-old girl named Willow decided to help Raiden's family. She opened a lemonade stand to raise money, and her act of kindness touched an entire community. Businesses matched the donations, and people rallied behind Raiden's fight. Raiden's story is not just about medical battles. It's about hope, resilience, and community. Pfeiffer syndrome may have shaped his body, but it hasn't touched his spirit. With every surgery, every smile, and every act of love around him, Raiden proves he is more than a diagnosis. He's a warrior in the body of a little boy. Meet Austin Nihus, a 17-year-old from Colorado, and Elena Schaefer, his incredible friend from a different state, both born with Goldenhar syndrome, a rare craniofacial condition affecting facial symmetry, ears, eyes, spine, and sometimes internal organs. Austin faced seemingly impossible odds. Doctors feared he might not survive his first birthday. By age 17, he's undergone over 55 surgeries, battling facial reconstruction and breathing challenges. Through school, he was bullied, but never lost his love for basketball, hiking, and fishing. Elena's journey mirrored his. She too was misunderstood, isolated, and bullied from childhood. Everything changed when TLC's 2 in a Million brought them together. Their first meeting was electric, swimming, sharing stories, and quickly realizing they weren't alone. Despite living in different states, Austin and Elena stayed close, bonding over shared experiences online and supported by their families and community fundraisers. Their friendship sent a strong message. Difference doesn't define us, connection does. Goldenhar syndrome may shape their faces, but it never shaped their spirits. Austin and Elena show what courage, resilience, and friendship can accomplish, even when life feels out of balance. Meet Jeff, a warm-hearted individual born with Naegger syndrome, also known as Naegger acrofacial dysostosis, a rare genetic condition that affects the development of facial bones, ears, forearms, and thumbs, without impacting cognitive abilities. From a young age, Jeff faced a world of stares and unanswered questions. But he quickly learned that the best way to connect was not to hide, but to share his passions. He invites people to get to know him beyond appearances. He hopes that instead of staring, you take the time to talk to him about sports, animals, and Disney. Over the years, Jeff has become a beloved member of the Special Books by Special Kids community. He shares his love for go-karts, his favorite Disney stories, and his unwavering positivity, turning a rare diagnosis into a bridge for connection. Despite facing challenges, including limited mobility, hearing differences, and surgeries to address facial structure, Jeff finds joy in every day. The community he's grown around him isn't just supportive, they've become like family. Evan Fasciano, born in 2011 in Goshen, Connecticut, is a young boy who has become known for his courageous fight against a rare and severe genetic skin disorder called harlequin ichthyosis. This condition causes his skin to grow at an accelerated rate, 10 times faster than normal, resulting in thick, scaly plates that cover nearly his entire body. At birth, Evan's skin appeared as if he had been wrapped in a crusty layer, resembling plastic wrap. His condition is characterized by the formation of large, diamond-shaped scales separated by deep cracks, affecting his facial features, eyelids, and joints. This leads to challenges such as difficulty blinking, restricted chest movement, and an inability to sweat, making him highly susceptible to dehydration and heat stroke. Managing Evan's condition requires intensive daily care. His parents dedicate over 4 hours each day to bathing him, gently removing the thickened skin and applying emollients to keep his skin moisturized and prevent cracking. This meticulous routine is crucial to prevent infections and manage the rapid skin growth. Despite the challenges posed by harlequin ichthyosis, Evan's spirit remains unbroken. He is described as a joyful and energetic child who brings light to those around him. His story has inspired many, shedding light on the resilience of individuals facing rare medical conditions and the importance of early diagnosis and continuous care. Luna Tavares Fenner, born on March 7, 2019 in Florida, captured global attention due to a distinctive dark birthmark covering much of her face, resembling a Batman mask. This mark was diagnosed as a giant congenital melanocytic nevus, a rare skin condition that affects approximately 1 in 20,000 newborns and carries an increased risk of developing melanoma, a serious form of skin cancer. Shortly after her birth, Luna's parents, Caroline Fenner and Thiago Tavares, sought medical opinions across the United States, consulting specialists in cities like Boston, Chicago, and New York. However, the recommended treatments were often invasive and spanned several years. In 2019, the family connected with Dr. Pavel Borisovich Popov, a surgeon oncologist in Russia, who proposed a less aggressive treatment plan involving 6 to 8 surgeries over 18 months. The family traveled to Krasnodar, Russia, where Luna underwent these procedures. By 2021, the majority of the nevus had been successfully removed. Upon seeing her reflection post-surgery, Luna joyfully exclaimed, "My black spot is gone, I am a princess." Despite the successful removal of the birthmark, Luna faced subsequent challenges. Laser treatments around her eyes led to complications, including the inability to close her left eye, posing risks to her vision. The family sought further medical assistance in South Florida to address these issues. Throughout her journey, Luna's story has been one of resilience and hope. Her family's unwavering determination and advocacy have not only improved her quality of life, but also raised awareness about congenital melanocytic nevus, inspiring many around the world. Michelle Kish is one of the most unforgettable people you'll ever come across. Not just because of how she looks, but because of the spirit she carries within her. Born in 2005 in Illinois, USA, Michelle lives with an ultra-rare genetic condition called Hallermann-Streiff syndrome, a disorder so uncommon that there are only around 250 known cases worldwide. This condition affects her physical appearance, growth, and even her internal organs. Michelle has a very small stature, facial abnormalities, and requires the use of a wheelchair to get around. She's undergone dozens of medical procedures throughout her life. Surgeries, hospital visits, constant treatments, things most people couldn't even imagine dealing with. But despite all of that, Michelle shines like a star. From the very beginning, her family knew she was special, not just medically, but emotionally. Her energy is infectious, her attitude is fearless, and her sense of humor is absolutely unmatched. Michelle doesn't shy away from the camera. In fact, she loves it. She wears bright colors, funky glasses, and proudly shows off her collection of stuffed animals and colorful outfits. What makes Michelle even more special is her bond with her older sister Sarah. The two are inseparable. Sarah has shared their journey on social media, giving the world a glimpse into Michelle's life. Not for sympathy, but for awareness and celebration. Their sibling bond is strong, playful, and deeply loving. Sarah once said that Michelle has taught her more about life, strength, and happiness than anyone else ever could. Michelle has big dreams too. She's talked about wanting to be a doctor, a police officer, a princess, and even a superhero. And honestly, she already is. She's become an advocate for people with rare diseases and visible differences, proving to the world that beauty isn't about fitting in. It's about standing out with pride. Michelle Kish may have been born different, but she lives life with more courage, color, and confidence than most people ever will. She's not just surviving, she's thriving and inspiring millions along the way. The human body is full of mystery, and these rare diseases are living proof. These are 10 people who suffer from the most unique and rare diseases in the world, and their stories deserve to be seen, heard, and remembered. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories from around the world.